Well, this week, children's advocates kicked off a campaign to get 40,000 signatures by August the 9th in order to get a referendum on the ballot. The referendum is to raise taxes to create a children's fund in Allegheny County.
In today's Kidsburgh report, Kristine Sorensen explains what the fund will do and in what other cities it's already working.
If it's approved, the fund will be used primarily to boost early learning, after-school programs, and nutritious meals for children in Allegheny County. But first, the campaign called Our Kids, Our Commitment needs to convince voters that it's worth paying a little extra in taxes. The Children's Museum is a perfect place to find parents who want the best for their kids and support the referendum to create a children's fund in Allegheny County. Organizers collected signatures for the referendum outside the museum.
I have kids, but I want to support all the kids because there's so many kids out there that don't have this opportunity, who don't get food at home, that the only meal they get is at school.
Patrick Dowd, former Pittsburgh City Councilman, is leading the campaign to create the fund, asking Allegheny County voters to decide if they will pay more to help kids by giving local tax dollars.
We've never been able to meet the demand relying on state and federal sources, and we know that right now state and federal governments are tied up and they're working on much larger issues.
The fund would support early learning. Studies show when kids are prepared for kindergarten, they're more likely to succeed in school and ultimately in life. But more than half of eligible 3- and 4-year-olds lack access to high-quality pre-K. The fund would also create more after-school programs. A recent study found that more than 70% of kids in Allegheny County would enroll in an after-school program if one was available. And the fund would help feed children. 1 in 6 kids in Allegheny County doesn't have access to nutritious food at some point every year.
These are programs proven to work for kids, but the supply of those programs is far less than the demand for those programs.
If organizers get 40,000 signatures in 49 days, all validated and in person, the referendum goes on the ballot. It would increase property taxes $0.25 mil, which averages a $25 increase on $100,000 of a home's assessed value. That would add up to $18 to $19 million a year for the Children's Fund.
As parents and as people in the community, it's our job to give them every opportunity possible so they can make good choices for themselves down the road.
Similar funds exist in 30 counties across the country, from San Francisco County to Boulder County, Colorado, to Miami-Dade County, Florida. Pittsburgh Mayor Bill Peduto says he supports the idea, but would rather it be for Pittsburgh first and then expanded to all of Allegheny County if it's successful. Allegheny County Executive Rich Fitzgerald says he supports the mission but does not want to use property taxes since Pennsylvania's property tax is already one of the highest in the country. Now, if the organizers get enough signatures, then it will ultimately be up to the voters to decide. And we have a link at KDKA.com/Kidsburgh where you can learn more about the referendum. With today's Kidsburgh report, I'm Kristine Sorensen.